All right, guys, how's it going? Straight to the point, unusual for me. The latest suggestions coming out of our club is that Bayer Leverkusen are planning on sitting down with Xabi Alonso as soon as possible to try and convince him that his future is at Liverpool. The feedback that has come from, whether you want to say it's Alonso, his representative, his camp, his entourage, whatever, they're talking. They're talking, and Alonso is very interested in the job, which won't come as a surprise. It's not rocket science, but Bayer Leverkusen, they want to speak to him, and I don't know if we as football fans, Liverpool fans, whether we think we're above everybody else, well, of course he's going to take the Liverpool job. I think it also, what comes into play is someone's character, as Brendan Rodgers would say. So one question I would like to put to you is, even if Alonso has expressed, like a desire, like I would love to manage Liverpool Football Club, do you think anything that Bayer Leverkusen say to him during, a sit-down could make him think differently? We all assume that if FSG offer him a proposal to manage Liverpool Football Club, that he will go, yay, right? But do you think that, hang on a minute, this club has given me this opportunity to work for them. I am doing really well in this division. My time will come, in the future, be it at Liverpool, Real Madrid or somewhere else. Because I think that sometimes we just make assumptions like, oh, well, Liverpool, that because he wants to fucking money. Do you know what I mean? Now, I can't remember what I said yesterday. I know I did a members video yesterday, which I thought was interesting, but I suppose I'm going to say that. No, to be honest with you, you know what? Sometimes I'll just say it was a load of shite, to be honest with you. Or it wasn't exciting. Yesterday's I thought was rather promising, to be honest with you. What it sounds like that the concerns at the moment, well, I don't think I would say concerns, that's plural. It sounds like FSG have identified Alonso as someone that they think would be an ideal candidate. Now, you might turn around now and go, ooh, well, we all think that. We think that as football supporters, Liverpool supporters. Lots of people in the media think that. Lots of former Liverpool players like Jamie Carragher, for example, think that. But it's what the owners think that fucking matters, right? And credible information that's come out of the club in the last few days suggests that they do want Alonso, or they do, no, want would be the wrong word. That would be incorrect of me to say that they do see him as an ideal candidate for the Liverpool job. But there was a concern, and I think it's a natural concern, and the one that many of us have raised is, would Alonso at some point, short-term future, then jump ship to Real Madrid? Now, the suggestions in Spain, where I am, because Real Madrid are often talked with Xabi Alonso in the future, is that the feedback the Spanish media are getting is that Alonso doesn't see Liverpool as a stepping stone, to Real Madrid one day. In other words, Alonso sees Liverpool Football Club as important to him as Real Madrid. Now, whether you believe that or not, I don't know. But the Spanish media are not saying, oh, if he goes, he'll go to Liverpool, he'll, do this, that, and the other, and then he'll go to Real Madrid. The Spanish media are not saying that. What they're saying is, the Alonso camp says he wouldn't treat Liverpool as a stepping stone. In other words, if he goes there, he's there for the long term. And I think that's the one thing that the Liverpool owners, need to be assured of, right? Okay, so the reason for this video is the very latest suggestions from people within our club are that Bayer Leverkusen are planning a sit down with him. Now, is this going to be is this a formal thing? You know what I mean? Like he sits there with his agent and there's all the board of directors there, or it's somewhere in a secret location, or it's just a chinwag over a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? Right? So, but whatever it is, whether it's formal, informal, pally, whatever, the mood, etc., is Bayer Leverkusen. They really feel in the background, behind the scenes, that there is a risk of losing him to Liverpool. Publicly, they're saying, why would he leave here? Do you know what I mean? but they think that he's going to possibly go to Liverpool. So they're going to attempt to sit down, and out of courtesy, Alonso will go to that. All right? He will do that. There's no doubt about that. And they will give him one last thing. What? They'll say, look, Xabi, you know, we know this would be a good thing, but we want you to stay here. So are you someone that's like, nah, it's just, you know, he'll sit there and he'll go, give us another rich tea, but fuck it, I'm off to Liverpool, mate, you know? Or are you a bit like me that's like, well, I expect he will do that, and I think the owners will give him that, but he might be a very proud, like, you know, not proud, a man of his word, you know what I mean? But he's not breaking his word if he's always said, if one of my former clubs come along for me, I would like the ability to speak to them. And it's not written into a contract, it's a verbal agreement. And we all know that verbal agreements are worth fuck all, but then again, so are written contracts 9 times out of 10, in football especially. So I think Alonso is a good egg, and I don't think he'd be breaking his word, but it's whether, do you think Alonso could at some point go, do you know what, maybe it's just come a little bit too soon, you know? So I'm not trying to like suggest that's the case. I just think we've got to keep it real a little bit. And again, I'm going to make this clear just in case I'm not making myself very clear in this video, is the reason I'm making the vid is the very latest suggestions out of Liverpool. Or Liverpool have been told, there you go, Liverpool officials have been told that Bayer Leverkusen are going to sit down with Alonso, which you expect will be within days. I don't know what their fixture schedule is or if there's any breaks or anything, just to give one last, you know, kind of pushes like, look, Xabi, you know, we want you to stay here. So that is the very latest credible suggestion coming out of Liverpool at the moment. And, you know, I'll say it again, the owners appear to be on side with us, with their views about it all. But I think they need assurances about the if Real Madrid come knocking in the future. Do you know what I mean? And the other thing is that it's the owners, even if they see him as, you know, a very strong possibility of replacing Jurgen Klopp, they're still doing the absolute necessities in the background, right? So Flash Gordon, for example, is allegedly speaking to other people and not just the Alonso situation, which I believe to be Ruben Amorim's people, and I believe that took place in Madrid, Spain. However, just in case you've missed this in any of your videos, Ruben Amorim has not indicated that he would be interested in Liverpool or any other club, because he apparently has some kind of agreement with his president that said, look, I don't want to be alerted to any approaches or inquiries from other clubs during the season because I work for Sporting and that is my focus. So Ruben Amorim could miss out by not showing desire. But that means because he's staying loyal to his club, and I'm fucking focused on doing whatever's here. So, to take from this video, 1, Bayer Leverkusen are imminently going to sit down with Xabi Alonso and see if, you know, look, we need to know what's going on, Xabi, do you know what I mean? We think we can do this, that and the other. 2, the owners, as much as they have, you know, appear to be on the same page as us with the looking at his credentials and statistics and the Liverpool link and everything, they are still looking at other people, right? But that could be just in case Alonso does turn around and say, look, I've thought about it, blah, 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 right? But I'll tell you this, Alonso could have shut down the Liverpool speculation ages ago if he wanted to. If he knew he was staying where he is, he could have come out and said, I can categorically tell you, I will be with this club next year. And the silence from Alonso, I think, which you don't expect running commentary. You don't expect that, because his answer to everything will be, I'm the manager of Bayer Leverkusen, I've got work to do, right? But if you didn't want to be caught up in the suggestion that you might become the Liverpool manager, you could quite easily nip that with one sentence and that's it, done. And then from that point forward, you say, I've already told you where I stand with that. So I think that's promising. I think it's promising. I think FSG will make him a proposal. I think he will be offered it. I think that Alonso will accept it. But I do think that at the moment, Bayer Leverkusen haven't given up yet, and they just want to have that little push to see if they can change his, not change his mind, but just to remind them, remind him of what they can do there together. So it's always squeaky bum until something is sorted. And obviously with the Shenton situation, the sporting director, the Shenton-Alonso partnership would be fucking brilliant, guys. I'm telling you that, right? I've done a video on here today about Shenton. You must go and watch that video. If you haven't got time to watch that video, then I urge you to go to coptalk.com. And on the front page, there's an article about Shenton. And within that article, there is a link to a previous article back in May about him. So one way or the other, you need to be clued up on these things, guys. I'm not saying that in a patronising way. I'm just saying it's interesting. Do you know what I mean? But again, Shenton won't be the only candidate, because I've seen at least 2 others that have been strongly linked with us. All right? So, Bayer Leverkusen to sit down with Alonso. That is the current state of play. But remember, Alonso could stop this like that. He wants the job done, you guys. If you appreciate this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have time, please leave me a comment. And if you want to buy me a drink, please hit the love out button, the super chat thing. And if you did a super chat yesterday on the stream the live stream, and your name is not in the video description below, please let me know, because I know I missed someone out yesterday. And that's important to me. Basically, when someone does do the super chat thingy, or PayPal, and there is one that I need to mention. Someone sent me a beer in PayPal yesterday, which I will mention in my next video. And I will email them as well. When someone does that, I like to include their name in the credits of the video description of every video for the rest of the year. Okay, so let me know what you think. Have you got any concerns about Bayer Leverkusen sitting down with Alonso? It's just formality, I would say. It's normal, that, you know what I mean? And yeah, at the moment I am live on, there we go, look, be right back with the stream. And the chat room is here, so I don't know when you're watching this video, but we are live during the daytime. I'm going to start doing that, just doing the live streams during the daytime while I'm working. So if you do come into the stream and you know I'm not there, it's because I'm doing this basically. All right, guys. So I hope you found that a little bit of interest. Please continue to provide your feedback on what you think's happening, what you want to see, etc., etc. All right, guys. Speak to you in a bit.